Welcome again to the 2019 Mercure City of Perth Masters, coming to you live from the Jurors Centre in Perth, Scotland. My name is Alan Chalmers. In the commentary box with me along today is Robin Niven. We're both looking forward to an exciting B-Road match between Team Gempler, who are Swiss, and Team Walstad, who are from Norway. Starting with the Swiss team, Team Gempler. Dennis Harry is their lead player. Simon Gempler skips the team but throws second rocks. Bjorn Jungen is their third, and Tim Jungen will throw last rocks.
And Team Walstad from Norway. Lead stones today is Magnus Vagberg. Second stones Stefan Mellemsetter. Third stones Marcus Højberg. And skipping and throwing last stones is Stefan Walstad.
Okay, that's the Swiss team. New lineup this year.
And Team Walstad waving there. They're the Norwegian champions, so they're ready to go.
So today the Swiss team, Team Gempler, will playing the red stones, and Team Walstad the yellow stones. They've both just completed their last stone draw, and it looks like Team Gempler will have the hammer on the first end.
Yeah, it was a very close last stone draw. Actually, we just caught the tail end of it, and the Swiss team covered the button with their draw, so competitive start straight away.
So both teams just preparing. Stefan Waltz's team literally came off the ice about an hour ago from losing a very exciting extra end game against this young Scottish team, Ross White. So they've had a spot at lunch and they're refreshed, ready to go. So let's see where the first stone goes.
Team Walstad very experienced, probably the more experienced of the two teams. They've been in the circuit a long time. They're 3 times Norwegian national champions, which is some feat, knowing that they've got Thomas Ulrud to defeat every year. So they'll not mind too much going first here today, Alan.
Yep. Looks like he's banging form. He's dropped that one just pretty much in perfect position. A couple of feet outside the front of the house there, which is a good attacking platform for him.
Dennis Harry, he's a new lineup for the Swiss team this year. It's an extremely competitive Swiss league that they come through, and it's at the stage of the Olympic cycle where they will they'll shuffle the teams around and find the formation that they want to play out of. So
have to sweep this a little bit for a line. It's plenty weight, I think, but just touch inside. He's managed to split them apart. They'll be quite happy with that result. Moved off the guards and got one in the rings.
Yeah, that wasn't what he was looking for. I think he got his ice wrong there. It didn't look a lot when he first selected it. It is curling plenty out there today, and we'll get some good curling today.
Yeah, I think both teams like a lot of stones in play, so let's hope they keep that tradition going.
Yeah, bit of an error there too. They were going for the nose hit just to keep the momentum away from that corner guard. That's allowed the Swiss to get a first go around the corner guard, so they've turned this end around already. Still doesn't look a huge amount of ice to me. I think that's going to be close to the guard. He doesn't have to be that tight to the guard here. Just needs to get round.
He's
okay. He's okay.
I think the swing will come in now, Rob. I think these guys throw the stone. The curl's pretty late in them nowadays.
Start dragging it down and calling T-line. So
yeah, good start. Good start from.
Stefan Walstad taking no chances. He doesn't want to get sucked into a battle around a corner guard, so they just asking Stefan Mellemsetter to do the straight run back on the intern.
Yeah, straight on the defensive. As I say, doesn't want to get sucked into too much of an attacking game without the hammer. That's the worst result he could have probably played. It's neither moved the guard nor moved the back stone. So. rethinking to do for Team Walstad.
Yeah, I like this call. It's early on in the game, just it's a call to try and concrete your 2. Come around the guard again, you're really chasing a 3, and they don't need to be that attacking at this stage.
4-8. 12.
Got to make the draw though.
Working hard there. They've called it 4, which is only just touching the front of the 12-foot circle, I think. So they're going to have to work this hard to get it deep in the rings, avoid any doubles for the Norwegian team to use.
Yeah, they don't want to be high the tee line there and set up a potential double. They always called it deep, so dilemma. Yeah, it's obviously attractive to go for the open one, but this is the harder shot. But he's adjusted his ice. Nelum Setter gets the same hit again. On the high side, by the sounds of things, Alan. He might get the back one.
He's overcompensated, I think, by running that one, leaning on it a little bit, running it back. So he's opened up. The angles are there. That there is a long, hard double, but Simon Gempler puts this one. It's difficult to know exactly what the optimal position is.
Just going through the options.
3 points around the circle.
Yeah, trying to leave no doubles on isn't easy. So he was asking his team, what about the corner guard? But the corner guard's not easy to throw first end up on the cold ice. So just try and get a piece of the house.
En de little bremsen. Ja. Linje. Terug. Ja. Ja. Lengje goed. Linje. Ja, vroeg. Linje.
Super's just monitoring this one more than really shoveling into this one. I think they're just trying to get over to the far corner as we look at it now. Very edge of the red circle. Yeah, pretty nice.
Yeah.
Pretty nice. The double's there. Obviously the yellow runner that makes the hit would eventually go off to the side, but putting it there is looking a nice setup for his straightforward 2 now.
Yep. Hard.
Yeah, Marcus Højberg playing third stones for the Norwegian team. Hugely experienced in Perth. We've seen him here multiple years. Last 2 or 3 years he's played with Stefan Walstad. He had his own team here for a while, and he has made a guest appearance a couple of times for Thomas Holsrud.
Of course, he didn't manage to lift more than 1 stone in his last one, so advantage very much with the young Swiss team here. If they can maybe capture this one right in the nose, there's not going to be any easy doubles. That's almost an easier triple than there would be easier double.
Yeah, Bjorn Ljunggren just be trying to catch it on the high side and roll the wing. Nose is good. Nice controlled weight though.
A little chance here for Marcus to get them out of this slight jam they're in at the moment. The angles are quite nice for either double, and you might just catch the back one as well. So a little chance here to clear up some damage.
Yep. Hard. Whoa. Yep.
Well, that was difficult to do.
Of all the options, none of them came off. I mean, actually holding the shooter in play was better than that. Even if he'd come on top of the stone, caught it reasonably fat, just stay in play. It's just given Team Gempler quite an easy draw. Put it in the same position again and try and use up another couple of stones.
Yeah, looking good for their 2s. It may come down to the last stone, obviously, of the end, but looking good for at least a 2.
4-12. Die line. 4-12. Die line. 4-8. We stand the curl. 4-8.
Just wanted to draw a bit.
Freeze first. Ja, is this hard.
They don't want to leave a double and stick, which is just about what they've done.
Isn't it?
It's overrun. Okay.
That's not terrible for Team Gempler. There is a double there, but they're still looking good for a 2. There's no treble, which is what they were trying to avoid.
Yeah, I don't think Stefan Walstad is going to try and be too cute with this. I think he's just going to try and get both of these away. He may get a reprieve come the last stones, but if it was later in the game, he might try and something different. He might try and tap one away and freeze in the other.
Yeah, first stone up down this track. It's no time for being too cute. So out-turn strike.
Oh, rent.
Just trying to catch them more or less centre.
Yeah, it looked pretty flush to me.
Again.
Just not getting the sweeping right there, because there's nothing wrong with the way he threw that.
Just didn't curl as much as he thought.
Oh.
Didn't hit the stones simultaneously.
And it sprung too far. You would have thought that there was an outside chance of him jamming in front. Shots there for the 3 still.
Very much so. If he could just hit and roll out to the edge of the red rings as we look at it there. Good distance and good separation between the stones will make it tough for Stefan to pick any doubles out.
Yeah, and more crucially, actually, if you roll slightly to the left-hand side of the screen as we're looking at it, the double doesn't leave a shot. It's on the high side there.
Just slightly outside the brush there. A rush of blood there. No real damage because we were talking about a 2.
Yeah. It has left Stefan Walstad the outside chance of this double across the court. Big weight though.
Big weight, another quite tough angle to judge. It looks like it could be quite thin there as well. Thin double takeout, but it's there, it's worth going for. It's unlikely to miss everything.
Yeah, I think it's a free throw. I think he has to go for it. I think they're just discussing which handle was more predictable. Stefan Mellemsetter threw 2 in-turns down here, but to get the angle right for the double, it's probably easier on the out-turn. It is quite flat.
Er 45-50. Han riktig sida på han, men så er han nok på 50.
Just working out with the sweepers what type of strike he's going to take. Their 3 code, which we'll see what that means in a minute. I imagine it's going to be firm to running.
Yep.
Yeah, just caught it a bit too fat, and then they tried plan B, which was to hold it in the white just in front of the stone. But
yeah, I think he probably thought that was quite good at impact point. It just seemed to take a bit of a spring. Somehow just went right across the face of the red on the left there, but valiant effort. But leaves the Swiss team free draw for 2.
yeah, and you wouldn't say they haven't deserved it. They've called a good end here. They've manoeuvred the stones around pretty well. They've controlled the opportunities because there are plenty of double opportunities for Team Walstad to get out of that end. They'll be happy with their start. Sweeper's just making sure down a relatively fresh piece of ice.
Yeah. Looks like a well played draw. I think it's maybe spoken too soon.
Hoiberg's certainly interested. I think it's hung on for 2.
Yep. So the advantage of winning the last stone draw immediately apparent. Simon Gempler's team did a pretty much perfect end there and kept the pressure on. Although the draw was maybe just a touch deeper than they were looking for, it was a routine 2 ultimately.
Yeah, it's a good bounce back from them. They had a convincing defeat against Perth's Glen Muirhead in the last round and came off early and probably had a good chat, recharge the batteries and straight back out again. The ice is good here, Alan, and from the start it's under playing conditions, so there's no need to polish it up. The swing's pretty consistent on both hands, so if you play the shots, you're going to get the results on this, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't seem to be any kinks or quirks in the ice. It's a consistent speed. We noticed last night that it maybe got a touch slower in the second half of the game in the nighttime session. I'm sure Paul Martin and his excellent ice crew will factor that in when they were preparing the ice for today.
So they had a first round win against Scotland's Team Bryce at an extra end, so they've been pretty competitive in the first game. So they've had a bit of ice time, a bit of an advantage over Stefan Walstad. They've been on the ice a bit more. Not doing them any harm at the moment. Gone defensive.
Yeah, regular start. I think the Norwegian team will ignore that for just now. They'll try and get some corner cover up so they can draw behind later in the end.
Certainly needs this to be a guard, and it's looking fairly hot at the moment.
Yeah, stepping back off it. I think that's going to run and run.
Yeah, a big mistake for the lead. It's that classic first end when there's a little bit slower. He's just put an extra 10th on it, and it's obviously been polished up a little bit more down that track.
Whoa!
Well, we weren't expecting that. There was certainly no sweeping and an early off goal from the skip, so he must just have flicked that one back against the brush as he let it go. Slightly straighter edges, it's not run at all.
It just looked like a bit of a wild throw when he kicked off. He was always kicking off too hard, so he tried to control it and just overthrew, I think. Walstad will be hoping for a guard this time.
Sweeper's not engaged yet. This is just going to pull up. Yeah, well judged. Good throw, and in the swing of 2 stones. Advantage goes back to the Norwegians. And of course, with the new rules, he can't hit that hard.
Yeah, Five Rock rule, he's obviously going to go centre guard here. And then try and play that run later on at the end when he's got the protection in the middle. It's an interesting dynamic, the skip playing second stones. It's a lot more common in Switzerland than in Scotland. Obviously De Cruz favours that as well.
Yeah, he's used that formation for a number of years now. Even through some personnel changes, they've kind of kept that same.
Come on, a little bit deep there, Alan. I don't think he wanted to come in to play there. I'm sure he was calling it short.
Yeah, I think he was looking for a guard, maybe a yard or so outside the front ring.
It's given Norway a chance to play a kind of hack weight down here on the in turn to try and do a short hit and flop in, get another one in behind the corner guard.
Yeah, definitely. Small mistakes. That's a good throw, isn't it?
Yeah.
11-5.
Yeah, it was a good throw, but the stone was always there. He would have seen 3/4 from his end, so it was a fairly regulation shot.
So, Swiss team usually back on the defensive. They'll try and take the guard, maybe try something behind it as well. They'll even be able to roll and use a centre guard themselves off the back of this one.
Yeah, nice throw. The main point was just taking the guard off, but to get one of the 2 in the house was a bonus for sure.
Yeah, that was two good throws by Stefan Melmstedt there.
Litt tight, Marcus.
Yeah, Stefan Mellemsetter, 29-year-old. He's been here to Perth a few times with his own team, so subbing in this weekend for Team Walstad of Norway. He still has his own team in the Norwegian finals, so this will be an interesting dynamic for him playing down the rink. A little bit long there with that guard, I think, Alan.
Absolutely, just probably looking for halving the distance down towards the rings there. There'll be room to come around that on a low weight, quieter weight, just tap it back, maybe ride the 2 reds. Interestingly, Stefan's team is actually here, Rob. They're on the ice next to him, just to confuse the commentators.
12 for halv! 12 for halv!
I'm sure he'll be focused, he'll not even notice.
12 for halv!
That looks a bit high as well.
Yeah, this has got loads of running. I'm not sure this is going to hang around or even get across to touch the Yellowstone.
Just a bit big weight maybe for the icy cold. That's turned the end around.
Yeah, just a little bit careless, that one.
I like this call from Stefan Walstad as well. He's just totally ignoring the red and going around the corner guard again.
Bra. 8. Helt av seg sjøl. Gass bak. Foran.
Again, this one not really curling yet.
Bak,
8. Taking sweepers out.
Vente. Og se på han. Og se på han. Må køle.
To go now.
Køle. Hold. Greit der. Hæ? Og nok. 14-6.
Good, but not great.
No, that's right. It does mean that if the guard comes off, they've got quite a straightforward double. So I think he would have liked it a little bit higher and a little bit further around the guard. Still a teaser because that guard for the run's too far back, so he's got to try and make a play on it in the house. So
one of these classic ones over, he was a little bit wide, a little bit heavy last time. Make sure he makes a good correction to compensate for his first errors.
Yeah, he's going to run this guard straight back. At least he's going to go at the double then. Looks on the high side to me.
Careful, there's a red one.
Yeah, not bad though. He got one of them.
Sorry.
So still advantage Walstad's team here. I think the possibility of a 3 may have just gone, but hopefully for them, routine 2 should come in the next 5 minutes or so. But still got to play the shots. There's a yellow one they've got to bypass on the way past the T-line.
Heuberger, we're hoping controlled weight here, anything from nose to just high. Keep it on that side of the rink and take away the chance of a double.
Brother.
Yeah, nice controlled weight there.
Yeah, good shot there. I think it's interesting the Swiss team are looking ahead in the back and rolling behind that one rather than going straight defensive and taking out the front 2. But fancy their chance of making a soft hit and roll.
Not an easy double, and plus the shooter would roll out of play to make it, so I don't mind this too much. If you can hold it in play, even get half round the yellow, it's going to make a difficult hit to stick for Stefan Walstad with his first stone. Nice controlled weight again.
Not sure this is going to hit and move in the right direction.
No. They're almost just putting too much rotation on the handles. I mean, it has been curling a lot, and maybe that's their tactic for trying to straighten it up on the hits, is to put big rotation on it, but it's just keeping them too straight.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure taken off Stefan. His Stefan Walstad here.
Yeah, he'll be delighted. Opportunity for
a
couple of draws to potentially still pick up a 2 and tie the game up. So
Eller prøve å gjøre det så vanskelig vinkel som mulig.
Trying to get maximum separation between these two stones. He's got a guard that isn't really covering very much, but he'll try and get as close, as far around that as he possibly can, without setting up a long double.
Good communication between the teams there. They're just making sure exactly they know how deep to take this as well. He's going to have to be T weight minimum, I would have thought.
Yeah, the further back it goes, the better it gets, because it makes the angle for the double.
They're happy with the wind deep. Yeah.
Worth a go at the slash double in this, possibly. He's got the angles.
Well, he's nothing to lose this time, Alan. I think he's
like you said the last time. This is a free hit. He can take the double. He'll lose his runner, but he'll probably end up with a blank end, which would be a result after Walstad dominating this end.
Nou, daar heeft hij ook gespeeld, ja.
Is aan?
Yes, this will be full strike weight this time. They'll be trying to keep this straight. They're not expecting this to move much, because where he's got his brush isn't far from where the point of impact needs to be. Slight into-out release. Yeah,
super throw. Super throw. I thought he was just going to be a touch high on it and not catch the back one, but a nice throw.
Yeah, Walstad will be happy to blank this end, I'm sure. Keep control of the game with a hammer. He was only one good double off getting his juice back there, so he'll try and keep control of the game, blank this end, keep the hammer for the next.
Yep, that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, Stefan Walstad's team, they've had a good season so far. I mean, they played in the Europeans in Tallinn there, where Scotland came home with a gold. They were only a couple of games off making the playoffs. They had keystones against Italy and Switzerland, where they felt that they had a good week. They felt they played well. They're pretty happy about the way they performed this season so far. So they'll be expecting big things this week. They're just outside the top 15 in the WCT Tour rankings, so they need to just have a good week here and try and get a couple of invitations in the top 15 to the Grand Slam events, and that's where the big points to be gained, and they can keep themselves on that tour.
So the start of the third end. Gempler team from Switzerland currently leading 2-0. Still a long way to go.
Yeah, Dennis Harry, he'll be one to throw top 4 again. Try and keep the play in the house as much as they possibly can. Try and force the one so they can get the hammer back.
Achtung for the goal. Oh, let the fox left.
Probably just overcurled a wee bit on them.
Yeah, didn't see what caused that when they were inside it, but he's thrown the weight, he's put it in the forefoot. So again, quite a standard start. The Norwegian team will try and get a corner cover up now.
Linja bra. Linja perfect.
Yeah, excellent ice conditions this week. We've got some pretty consistent dry and crisp weather outside, and it's made it perfect for the ice makers here at Perth. So they'll be pretty happy at the Jura Centre with good ice conditions. That's what the team's come here for. Nice throw.
Yeah, it's well set up. That's it.
Simon Gempler giving him possibly 6 inches more ice here, so I think they maybe misjudged the curl there. So he'll be going centre again this time.
12 8. Goed, 8 4. Is op 10 is gelijk wie voor die.
Rustic German picked up, I think it's on the T line for that one.
Yep. In de 12. Oh, no, maar oh, maar hier.
Not much they can do with it.
Oh. Go.
More than a little deep, that one. I think he was trying to throw it outside the rings. It's run on quite a bit, so the Norwegian team can immediately use their corner guard. Also knowing that with the 5-rock rule they can't be hit.
Yeah, that's right. It gives them a great chance to go round. And actually where the 2 reds are, they're quite well set up for either the hit and roll in behind the cover if it's still there, or just coming in and freezing into that basket in the back one. Yeah, pretty perfect.
Yeah, liking that one. That's well buried and it's front of the tee, so they're going to have to work hard to chase this now.
So just indicating they're just going to try and come around that, catch quarter stone, pop it into the open and roll the red into the centre. So he'll be playing almost just backline weight. If he feathers the guard, it's not the end of the world. He'll pop it out and probably leave himself a centre guard in front of his other 2. Gempler's not missed much so far. Starting to curl already.
I think this is on the guard. More than a feather, Rob.
They're holding it. Yeah, well, that was kind of plan B. They'll not be too disheartened with that.
He's ended up with a good result, actually. Again, that nice control weight means that you've got options with the running stone after it's made its contact point. Tends to just sometimes throw things a little too hard and the stone runs out. You gain no advantage.
Chance here from Stefan Melmset to do something. He's catches it nose, he's picking double. If he can get it just inside, he's getting in behind it. Will not be too disheartened with that. They're still line shot. The one at the back is probably a friend for them later on in the end. Nicely set up for double.
Yeah, if he can make that double, he'd be in behind the top guard there as well. I think he's going to have to throw it pretty hard. It's quite flat. He may not ultimately move the second yellow all the way out the rings.
Yeah, just holding the shooter in at the middle, he'll be happy with. Oh, he's thrown it high. Yeah, he wanted to really hold that in the rings, but there's that one I was talking about that was acting as a bit of a friend for the Norwegian team. If he can play a freeze on that, it's going to be hard to move.
Yeah, he's got to get this pretty precise because if he doesn't freeze on it, there's a potential double on the yellows. Get the red team out of hole a little.
Yeah, and if he's short of 2, there's potentially double the other way. He's got it deep enough.
Yeah, they've swept it well there. I think they thought originally it was maybe a little short, but not sure. Dragged that one on pretty well.
So the agony of choice, does he run his own one, or does he catch it 3/4 stone and try and lift the double in the yellows? I think you'll only see half on the intern side, so he's going on the straight run.
Gets the angles right, he can maybe correct the second yellow back and pull the other yellow out as well.
That's good, that's good.
Hit one of the yellows, Rob, otherwise it's not.
No, he's taking his own one.
I think we might see the corner guard come back and play here, do you think?
Yeah, for sure. The one thing is he's almost drawing for fourth shot if he goes round the corner guard.
Yeah, corner guard.
Yeah. Playing slightly longer game that way, isn't it? Patient game, but going in that one, you might never get to see it again, but it puts the pressure on because there's all of a sudden a 4 could be on the boards.
Yeah, it's early enough in the end. I'm sure this is the right call. It just takes one mistake from here on and it's a 4. That red's looking a lonely prisoner at the back.
His line's good if he's got the weight.
Whoa! Stop goes, man. Whoa!
Just that extra little finish at the end. Lovely shot.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I think that's a better call. It's a pretty ambitious flat double to go right across, because if you lose your shooter, then the 3's definitely straight on again. Try and keep this one in play, and then if you can lie around for shot or even second shot in front of that one, you might actually lift it yet.
Yep. Yep. Oh. Yep.
Pretty close this time. They seem to like it. Oh,
Yeah, didn't get quite enough reaction off the stone.
Maybe just light enough weight that time. I thought. I think Gempler was hoping for a more positive throw.
Eventuelt
det her!
Yeah.
Du skal ha kjapp, eller? Kjapp helst, ja. Eventuelt litt høyere.
Calling that 4 strike weight this time, which I think is a more controlled weight. He initially talked about the straight run back, which is quite an ambitious call. I don't think they're needing to make that call at this stage of the end.
I think he'd quite like this one to maybe roll again towards the corner.
Yeah. Sounds like it's on the high side again.
Very quiet from both the...
Good weight.
Uses just missed the back of his yellow one, which would have been a nice buffer, I think. Would have trapped it, but just gone past the back of it. Interesting. Swiss team. Initial reaction to try and follow the one around the corner.
Yeah, well, they don't want to feather the red at the back when they try and take this yellow out down the centre line, because it does bring the corner guard into play. They could play a reasonable shot here and still end up chasing against 2 round the corner. So plan A is just to remove the shot stone.
Again, if he's going to come round it, he's probably looking to play softish weight. Then again, if he catches the guard, the red might spring. They're not convinced that the yellow can actually clear the rings yet.
Yeah.
With the way that back, very, very back corner yellows, it might just act and trap it or jam it.
Yeah, he just got to back himself to make this shot. Just high of nose, and he'll be line 2. That's away. That's away.
Very quiet, and I think it's not even going to touch. Well, there was clearly a miscommunication as to what weight they were going to throw there. He was took about 6 inches of ice, 8 inches of ice. So I think that weight was probably about right. So whether he just came inside it or caught something, but there didn't seem to be a panic sweep on it either.
No, I think they've given up from the get-go. But I don't know. I guess we talked about the combinations, isn't it? The skip knows his ice, and that's maybe the one downside of having your skip playing second rocks. He's left in a good position.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. The Reds Red's hard to
Bare så han ikke får den her.
remove and keep a yellow shooter, I
Bak
think,
noe
so
tid, egentlig.
might save that for his last stone, I suppose.
Yeah, because the thing is, if he taps it to bring the corner guard into play, he leaves quite a straightforward double. So
I think he's maybe just going to try and come to the top
Jævla
of the 4 foot,
luring,
top of
ja.
the 8 foot, keep the stones
Lurer
Keep them
jeg at han
apart.
slipper
far
den, eller
apart.
liksom. Det er jævlig mye skipper som bare fortsetter å koste.
Difficult to leave anything more than
Nei,
a double
skjer-
takeout.
Jo, det er jo det. men
well,
det-
with his last stone, he doesn't have to move the red far. So
6. Jeg var oppe nesten 15
Minimum 6 da, så ikke han har den rullet over dit borti den der.
just having a chat about, has the ice changed?
6-7.
Has the speed?
So front of the rings, I would imagine preferably on the right hand
Hey,
side
go on
as the
then,
third
Evan.
player looks at it, the left as we look at it now. So if there's any doubles, the red will also disappear behind it.
Inne bra!
Yeah, he doesn't
Jobbe,
want to be
jobbe,
short
kom
here.
igjen!
To work that hard not to be that wrong. He's got it in for 4th shot.
Kom igjen, litt. Okay.
Yeah, it's in for
4th
4th.
shot. Leaving it that short has actually made his potential tap back for 4 quite difficult. You just have to take the red out cleanly rather than using any yellow ones before that. But flying well. He's going to make Simon Gempler have to play a
Her legger over freeze.
good draw, a good saving draw to avoid maybe moving more than a 2.
Well, if he can make this, he could be line 1 and 3, and if he gets half round, then Walstad is going to have a really difficult shot for a 2. He might fancy the straight run and run that 4th stone back.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at as well. I think that would be the call. But,
Let's see where it finishes first.
Voor 8. Voor een 4. Voor 8.
Linje over de knop!
Voor 8.
Linje!
Linje. Ja. Die lijn.
Ja!
Die lijn. In de 4.
Ja!
Probably just wants to be T-line. I don't think he wants to be too deep here.
In de 4.
Comes too deep, it makes the run back easier.
In de 4.
Vær så fort.
Goed.
okay, it's a well played shot, as you say. That's the good thing about that is that could tempt Walstad to go for the run back.
Still a teaser, isn't it?
Straight nose, possibly both reds will go. The yellow in the middle will jam.
Men det blir aldri to
And the shooter might just catch a piece, so it's very tempting to go for this.
Synes det er verdt det.
I don't think he can play it to tap out himself cleanly for his 2.
Ja, men gevinsten er 4. Gevinsten er 4.
So he has to make a play in this one, otherwise he's just drawing for a 1.
Spørsmålet om han skal spille litt løsere.
Any downside to the run back, apart from just missing it altogether? I don't think he can pick out his own second counter.
Well, he maybe doesn't want to go
Tema om jeg gjør
3
den
down
her,
at
så
the
er det
moment,
for
but
2.
the risk and reward is potentially there's a 3 here.
Den er fort for 4 hvis den første er der.
5 til 10 kanskje?
10 fikk Steffen på sine utpå her. Den nærmere midten.
Clear the mind, play it as a nose hit.
Den er jo inne i det sporet der jeg får curl om nå, så jeg
And I
tenker
think he'll get a
10.
slight run through to just, if he catches it nose, I think that the played stone will probably bite the house to...
Yeah, I think so. I think that's why they looked at that. I think they think this is the reward could be as much as a 4. And he's got to be absolutely on the nose, I think, to get that.
Yeah, one of the 2 yellows might spill, but it's difficult to see if he moves the two reds not to get a 3. Just taking a shade more there. Big shot.
Rent. Nære. Ja!
Hard! 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 Hard!
For the nose,
Pretty
I think they
close.
have.
Yeah, lovely shot.
Spills it, and I think if you get a look at the front one, Yeah, kicked away without even a measure, so excellent shot for a 4.
Yeah, no real fear. They weren't really in any doubt there, Alan, were they? I think you and I might have been in doubt, but they certainly weren't.
Let's see, did it get a little bit of top spin as well? I think it did, yeah. So, as you said, he managed to drag through after the initial contact to bring his shooter into play. Super shot for a 4. Changed the game dynamics a little bit.
He just took a nudge more ice just as he sat in the hack there. I just wonder if Stefan Mellemsetter and the front end had a bit to do with that. He had 2 out-turn hits coming down that track at the first end. It stayed a little bit high. Certainly the team dynamic there was came to the fore.
Yeah, it's a good call to change that, because I think if he'd come on the inside of the contact point, he may not have hit the back team, and he would have given him away. He had to make contact on the red, the number 8 red that was played. And I think taking the tighter ice just guaranteed that.
Well, roles reversed now. Yep. We've seen a bit more defensive play from Team Norway. They're going to go straight into the top 4 of the house. And we'll see Team Switzerland throwing corner guards. The Hammers really dominated this game so far. The ability to play catch-up is great on this swingy ice.
It was Dennis's second stone that got them into bother the last end. He was looking for a guard, ended up throwing it back at the 4-foot circle. That's kind of what they didn't get the end set up, and this time again he's looking for a guard. He's thrown it maybe a couple of meters too big.
Yeah, just overthrown it. A bit too much curl as well. Just
gives a chance for Norwegian team to immediately start hitting reds out. No stress on them at the moment.
Well, Magnus Wagberg will be quite happy with this. Nice controlled hit and stick. Gempler again going for the corner guard on the other side this time.
Yeah, I think so. He's trying to keep it well away from the yellows that are already in play. Danger would be if it drifts on again. Calling this one a little bit shorter this time. Maybe too short this time. Of course, that would be the natural thing to do.
Yeah, I think he's okay. Yeah, Walstad one more stone before he can remove that, so he's going centre guard, going for the steal.
Yeah, it's definitely changed the dynamics of the game, the 5-out rule. I almost feel like you're trying to win every end now. Maybe less game management, but every end itself is its own entity, whereas maybe before you used to build them up as part of a long-term strategy.
Lovely shot.
Okay, not getting. Thought he might get sucked into a drawing game to try and come behind that, but recognised the danger of even a simple centre guard. I think he's going to try and move the centre guard off. He can take one behind it and not lock his red one at the front. I think he'll be quite happy with that.
Yeah, he just wants to make sure he can maybe flick the other yellow on the way past here. That one.
Yeah.
Kind of got all or nothing there. He was hoping to leave a second corner guard up if he didn't get the double, and he's ended up doing neither, which has allowed Stefan Walstad to remove this from play and still lie with 2 in the house. Difficult setup now for Team Switzerland to get a 2 out of this.
Åh! Ta den der.
Slightly careless, maybe an overthrow. Takes the pressure off again. Sometimes you don't expect just happened to happen, and that was one of them. I think they didn't think they could possibly catch the thin one and knock it out.
2, 1, linje!
Not a disaster for Team Norway.
Just frustrating for them, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've worked hard for the last 2 ends. It's not a disaster, but you just like to keep the pressure on and see what happens amongst the Swiss guys.
Yeah, they were on for a certain force there, and now potentially could be a blank.
Yep. Rent.
I'm not sure they'll be too worried.
No, they're not looking worried. Especially as a new guy in the team this weekend, they want to be doing his best.
Simon Gempler just going through the options there again. I think he's going corner guard again, but he did look at coming round that yellow in the house, but I think that's a shot for later in the end.
Yeah, there's not a lot of land behind that yellow guard, I guess, in the rings, so we'd have to be very precise.
This is taken off. This is going to be wide.
Very good weight, probably just overcurled. Could still use it if it was left there, but only belonging second shot to begin with. So again, Walstad recognises its danger and opted to peel out, keep it simple.
Yep. Hard.
Yeah. Kind of left something.
A fraction of a mistake. Again, there's not a lot of space to get in behind there, but it could potentially help set up an unexpected 2 from this one.
Yeah, Højbjerg won't be happy.
Again, only needs to bounce about 3 more inches where it would be redundant, but at the moment it's got a small chance it can be used. So this is one of the Jungen brothers in the team. He's playing third. This is Bjorn. It's his older brother Tim that plays the last 2 rocks. Sometimes brothers in teams work. Sometimes brothers in teams most certainly don't work. Rob, you probably got more experience with that than me. How is the Niven family dynamics?
Works fine if we're playing the right positions. That's a good shot.
Yeah, it's a good shot there. It's he's used the corner guard as best as he possibly could. Maybe a fraction, a foot heavy if anything. But
well, the one thing is, it's Norway are almost gone on the attack and said, well, that's okay, but that second shot, we're going to just split the house here, lie 2, and you're going to have to play a force here.
Yeah, we can still lie 2 and ignore that red. It's well tucked away. So in terms of the technical aspect of the shot, it's well played. It's really not added anything to the danger of the end.
14-7 da, kanskje? Ja. Det høres bra ut. Ganske fint. Ja, Farfart! Er plass?
So in turn draw. Sweepers like it.
Yeah, just looking to maximise the distance between the 2 counting yellows.
Just looks a tad heavy, is it?
Linja på, eller?
It's pretty good for weight. Should curl a bit at the end now.
Grip in now. I think he's played it well. He's going to like second shot. It's almost a freeze. Yeah, pretty good shot there. I don't think that's easy to get rid of.
No.
And therefore the force is almost certainly on now.
4,5. Normal freeze. Det muss Stralva gerade mit der glaube ich.
Es är man vet.
Yeah, I mean there is an outside chance he comes on, welds it, and leaves Team Norway with a tap or potential strike. He could jam it, so there is an outside chance, but I think it's still advantage Norway.
I think so. It's going to take a mistake now for it not to be the force, I think.
Fora 4.
Vorne 4 ist gut.
Hinter 4, ja. Hinter 4.
Keine Linie.
Hinter 8.
Keine Linie.
Hinter 12, ja. Hinter 12.
Doesn't really want to bounce here.
Kom net aan.
I think he's heavy.
Yeah, I think they're shouting down that it's heavy they're looking for. In the 12, I think is what they called. It's actually
Right through.
ended up being a little bit deeper than that, but
He'll be facing a
that's a mistake. He's got
draw against 3.
En skal spille lavslå, så dra på...
Her da, så er det litt sånn at den kanskje har lyst til å dra.
Ja, der. Ja. Det er fint.
So it's a bit of a discussion here. Where do you think he likes it least?
Yeah, I mean, my gut feel is that the Gempler team will have to play a draw with their last one rather than a hit. So if he can leave this one maybe just touching the top of the 8-foot circle.
I think he's going to edge the 4 on the right-hand side tee, which would suggest they're trying to suck him into a hit, I think, Alan.
Yeah, I mean certainly we've seen some of the players and some of the teams overthrowing, particularly if they're playing from the wings into the middle on their strikes. It just seems to be running a touch straighter than coming from the middle out the way, so maybe they're just trying to make him ponder what hand to play, what weight to play. Some good thinking by Walstad's team, I think, here.
Yeah, I think they're maybe just reviewing what's he done in his hits, what's he done in his draws, and what would you rather not have here. That's over curled a bit. I think they wanted it a bit nearer the centre. That's left them a fairly easy an easy draw. Do you think that grabbed something? It seemed to sit down very quickly.
Yeah, again, there didn't seem to be any panic from the supers or from the player who threw the stone. I think you may be right. Just came off the centre track, started to really curl.
Yeah, so 8 foot anywhere in the white circle for the 1 keeps them in the game.
Sorry. Sicher, übersichtlich.
Seem to like it at the
Yeah,
moment.
super certainly not panicking this one. I think this is just Kilfer nursing into the rings.
On.
Yeah, good draw. Good draw.
Pressure draw, really.
Well, clear that was one you couldn't afford to miss. You want to go 4 down at the halfway point. I don't think so. 1 down instead, so well played.
Yeah, so although only 1 shot down, crucially the hammer under control, and Team Walstad's class at the moment is coming through. It shows there they've only won 1 end, but they've pretty much dominated 3 of those 4.
So this is the afternoon session at the 2019 Mercure City of Perth Masters, coming to you live from the Gempler Centre in Perth, Scotland. It's an international battle between Team Gempler from Switzerland and Team Walstad from Norway. And as we start the second half, the start of the 5th end, Walstad has a 4-3 lead and crucially has the hammer, so very much in control. The Swiss team are going to have to start just maybe cranking up the percentages a little bit, putting stones in harder positions to force their way back into this one.
Yeah, it's actually the setup they're not getting right. The lads from Ado Bowden are just going a bit deep at the moment. They keep coming into the house to the first lead stone, so if they can roles reverse now, they're throwing first, so maybe the centre guard will find easier to control. The corner guards have been going a bit deep, so Dennis's chance to give a skip a good setup.
Get this! Klarna here.
This one's beginning to curl like a little. It's not going to be far off the centre tape. I don't think he's going to be right bang on it. Just about. Yeah, it's held up. Well done.
Yeah, so they're obviously going double guard. I think they called that one the long one, and the next one will be right up tight to the ring. So Magnus Wagberg won't be taking any chances. He'll be coming right in.
Yeah, that was certainly the call. They're going to go straight in, straight away. They're not interested in any corner guards, I don't think, with the hammer at the moment.
Linja bra, linja perfekt,
They'll try and
linja
put them in
perfekt.
now.
Trenger ikke å køle, linja bra.
Yeah, and then spend the rest of the end peeling the centre off, I think. But
Jeg tror vi kan ikke noe lenger. Kan ikke noe lenger, det kommer så jævlig fremover.
Well, it's not great there. He's got it in, but it's not really very threatening at the moment. I'd be surprised if the Swiss team come chasing that one already.
yeah, I prefer the guard.
Yeah, I think so.
Guard in the out turn there, it's set the end up well. Multiple cover if you can get this right. It'd be hard to peel it if he's in front of the yellow.
Yes, this is the ones we're just talking about. We're with a chance here. It's a mistake, and you have to get this. Capitalise on mistakes, but I don't think he's necessarily put the pressure on here. He's
Flying heavy.
going to say that's
Might go right round if they're on it.
for something that was meant to be a short guard. A metre too far, lots of handle, lots of reaction, and immediately takes the pressure off.
Ends up really being near 3 metres too hard, because the boys could have swept that if he'd been lighter. So really it's a long way off where he wanted to be. It's given Stefan Walstad a free hit. He's got the hammer, line 2 in play.
Markus, eller det litt sent, så begynner kanskje. Okay.
Okay, well, didn't engage the sweepers much in that one. It's a touch high of the brush, never coming back down, so they just agreed that it was a single peel out. Remove all danger.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed at the opportunity. I still like another guard here.
I think so. I think he's looking to steal. He's going to want guards. The yellow one's not really a danger at the moment. It's half in the 8-foot circle.
Especially with the high red. If you can get another one just inside the centre line here, it's a great setup.
Trying to put some distance between these two reds. Make the angles awkward.
Yeah, it's maybe just. Yeah, the problem with going over the top is you probably jam it in the yellow in the house as well, but arguably the outturn could jam.
Yeah, I think you're right. Both options, both cards look like they could lead to the yellow. I think the front one on the in-turn or the second on the out-turn. He's going for the straight single peel out across the top of the yellow as we look at it.
Well, that's the danger one. That's the one that's right on the centre line. The top red's almost not in play unless there's another guard. He can still get round. He's lining the one. Just half this one off. You're still in control at the end. Nice shot. Yeah, Simon Gempler probably wants to be a little bit further up. And round the guard this time. I think he underthrew it a bit, which meant the sweepers had to get on it early, and that held it out on the outturn side.
Yeah, I think if you can throw approximately the same weight, but maybe without the sweepers.
Yeah.
then he should get a better finish at the end as well.
Linje, sehr gut. Achtung! Oh, nochmal Fries.
Yeah, that's a better stone this time, I think.
Achtung dann.
Deeper with more curl. Oh, maybe too deep.
Yeah, that one's just not pulled up at all. He's just he's ended up freezing the yellow, which is an okay result, but it's just the difference in between what was probably a quite positive throw and maybe his first one was just a bit underthrown.
No hesitation from Stefan Walstad. They'll peel this off. Then we'll see whether.
Hard!
Yeah, see whether
Gempler might go
lie.
another guard again. I think they have to keep going guard and then bring the play into the house with maybe 2 stones to come.
Yeah, I think so. I think a guard there, especially with the way that those stones are angled there, there's actually quite a lot of room behind them now, because it's going to take 2 hits to get anything that's tucked behind them.
Yeah.
So I think he can afford to put another guard outside the rings. Probably.
That's not ice for a guard.
It doesn't look like it, does it? But
they're going to nose hit this to line 2 to try and play the force.
He's going to have to make sure that the reds get a lot of separation. The way those stones are, the middle yellow's not, the middle red's not going to go very far. Yeah, just maybe a little bit of experience in here from a young team. Not quite spotting where they had a good chance. This is going to end up both reds quite close together.
Yeah, they're going to give Walstad an easy blank this end. I think it's a case of them maybe just trying to stay in the game. They maybe thought it was quite an aggressive setup to keep going.
Rent, ja! Hard! Hard! Viktig! Hard, 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 Magnus! Hard!
Contact. He's missed the contact on the back one. There we go.
Okay.
Just proving the commentators
Yeah, great tactic.
don't quite know what they're talking about, but
go guard now. You've got one in the house. Yeah, I think if once you've started to play this tactic, you've got to go with it, haven't you?
yeah, I think so. I mean, he played for that error, I think, and he's got it. So why would you then?
I still like centre guard here. Yeah. I think they're calling the number of the stone there rather than necessarily a position, aren't they? But
Get our spotters on that. It's not always the case that the stones get played numbers 1 to 8. Some people maybe find some irregularities, or they just can't get the weight with one of their own stones, or they think one's a bit swingier. And quite often the lead gets left with what they perceive to be the 2 worst stones, but it's very much a mind game. There's usually not much difference between any of them.
yes, it's a pretty good guard there. We just overcurled slightly. Walstad ignoring it.
Ignoring
Just
the guard,
like
going for the one in the house.
Come down, lie 2.
Rent! Japp! Wow! Wow! Rent, japp! Hard! Hard! Hard!
Getting tight to the guard.
Hard, 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 hard!
Well, first real mistake that Walstad's team's made in a couple of ends now. Just caught a guard, which really was just more in his eye line than a real danger, but he's only just moved it a touch, so good chance to get 2 red stones in, one behind a guard, one in the open.
I quite like that red there. I like coming around the in-turn. I think you've got a lot more control. The downside is you're probably leaving a double wherever you leave it, but
Yeah, if he tries to outscore that one, he's going into the 4 foot.
yeah.
He might leave a double, which would also then potentially allow the running yellow to go in behind the corner yellow. He's got a bit careful with his placement here. Too square, and he leaves a double behind the red guard. Too deep, he leaves a double with the roll behind the yellow guard. So. He's probably looking for T-line, I would think.
Yeah. Well, I think with that mistake, he's probably taken the 2 off and at least brought the force back into play. Being 4-2 down, you wouldn't. 5-3 down now. It wouldn't be a disaster for the Swiss. He's got a chance of a steal here. If he can get this in the right position, of course, one more mistake out of Stefan Walstad, it's a chance for a mistake.
Yeah, definitely a chance for a steal if he can put this in a really good position. This is really curling though. He's going to get very close to this guard again.
Yeah, make sure it gets nudged across.
Fairly good reaction. I think he's probably left 3/4 of that red visible.
Yeah, you'll see most of it.
Yeah, I think so. He can come down. The natural spring will take it in behind the yellow. That's a good counter, but obviously lots of better room in the 8-foot circle for Simon to play into as well.
I think he could see enough to get in behind the corner guard. He's not talking about the run back here, is he? No. I think more discussing the weight they're going to throw.
Given the amount of ice, this must be a very quiet tap through weight.
Yeah.
Prøv å sitte igjen kant til kant hvis du sveter. Hvis du ruller litt ut og de ruller tilbake, så er det hele 8-foten å dra på. Så det er greit da.
Yeah, maybe he's talking about just catching it and leaving it on the nose. It makes the attempt from Simon Gempler's team to draw around the centre even more difficult. I think he'll be trying half stone and rolling in behind the corner. Safety first.
And he's thrown. A little bit bigger than I was expected given the ice. Maybe the ice is just beginning to curl a bit more as we get near the end of the session.
Whoa!
Not good.
No, he's got a real chance to come into the 1-foot circle here. Got centre guard, he's got an easy path.
Yeah, this game turns around a lot. They swept that one early too. They must have thought it was going to curl more.
Yeah, it's maybe got scared by the one before that, which really did take off.
Yeah.
But the initial reaction was that they popped a little bit too much ice down when they stuck the brush down.
Yeah, you said straight away it was a lot of ice for the throw. Key shot here.
Yeah, put some pressure on here.
Big rotation,
yeah,
big
lost
weight.
rotation, that's good. If anything, drifting out a little before it makes its breaking point. That's going to drift deep, I think, and wide, and cause too much of a threat, apart from the fact it's just sheer numbers in the house. Interesting to see what the normal lineup of this team is, Rob. Obviously they got a variation this weekend. My team programme has Enrico Pfister is in this team, and he's quite an experienced player, I think, and maybe would have been playing last stone, so it's just maybe finding their feet in their new positions.
13-7 har jeg på han. Så hvis det er på 15, så er det makskostinga for kort.
Yeah, you're being kind. I think he'll be disappointed with that stone. Anywhere top 8 down to top 4 on that line would have worked. He's given Walstad a get out of jail card for sure here.
Yeah, I think so. He's left him quite a lot of room. So got this draw to go 5-3 up.
Hold den I gang, følte det safe. 7! Perfekt! Ja! Ja, linje! Hard! Hard linje, kom igjen!
Going to have to work it. It's just beginning to slow a touch.
Bedre fart. Har kontroll på farten.
Yeah, just I think the slight concern that it was getting a little bit closer to the guard than they first thought, but ultimately it's rolled on pretty nicely. So top 4 super draw. Again, it's just a little bit like some of the games we've been watching earlier on, just teams struggling to play build up of pressurised stones, and then even when they get 2 or 3 good ones, one slack one just allows the opposition off the hook. Again, they're a young team. I think this is probably just them still establishing themselves, working out their routines.
Still a game on here though, Alan, because Gempler with the hammer will be fancying themselves to get 2. They've looked strong when they've had the hammer in the last 2 ends that they have had hammers, so if they can tie the game up with 2 ends to play, they've got potentially the scoreboard the way it is, the 4s and 7s scoring 8. They're still in the game.
Ja, das nämnt, ja.
So I think we'll see this one back to the normal formation. This will probably be in the top of the 4-foot circle, 1-foot circle there, thereabouts. Opening defensive move.
Yeah, another nice shot from Magnus Wabgard. He's 23-year-old law student. He's played pretty steady here. Not done much wrong. Set up Stefan Walstad's team pretty well.
Ja, linja braucht er ein bisschen.
Dennis is also a student in Switzerland. I didn't manage to ask him what degree he was studying for, but he's definitely young enough to still be of student age.
Yeah, nice corner guard. Maybe a bit wide, maybe a bit high.
Yeah, with the curl at Perth this weekend, I think that's just allowing. It's just a little bit too short, isn't it? There's still room to come round it. Maybe a back ring weight or a quiet weight if anything was to get buried behind it.
Wagberg would just be trying to come right back on top of this first one. Sweeper's just managing it. No panic.
Switch hvis dette det. Helt over. Bra det.
Yeah, well covered.
For en effekt. For en effekt også.
It's a good line. I think he was trying to come in the house there, though. Do you think he was going centre? They were certainly relaxed about it,
yeah,
weren't they?
They weren't. They certainly weren't bending their back to try and make it any better than that. I think they were quite happy with that. In that area.
Of course, they can't remove this from play, so they're maybe just going to play a split.
I think coming into the face of that yellow, there were also going to be options of playing a double takeout and rolling behind the guard.
Yeah.
So I think, given the 5-rock rule, I think they were probably thinking that they could keep that one shorter for the time being. I thought the Swiss team here might now come try and lock on the shot stone there.
Lock on this time.
Yeah, but I don't think they are. I think they're looking to rumble the guards about a bit there. He's moving one to one side and splitting his own one in.
Ambitious shot.
Yeah, unnecessarily risky, I think, at this stage. It's not like he needs a 3 at the moment. I think he's...
Well, you could spoil the whole setup here if he gets this wrong.
Hack!
Well, it looks okay for the split. He's just outside it, though.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
He is outside it. I think he's played...
That's not bad.
Yeah, that was their call, which it's a high tariff shot.
Yeah.
Doesn't put too much pressure. Stefan Mellem-Sette here. I think he's got a chance to hit this and then bump over and maybe touch his own one.
Yeah, just what you called. They've just rolled over the face a bit too much, but calling the double, but I think he really needs to start getting some reds in play.
Yeah, I think so. I think calling the double, his red's going to roll out to my left-hand side here, and he's going to be open.
And then the centre comes off, so
the centre's gone as well. Yeah. So I think he just needs to get a red in amongst the yellows in the rings.
Yeah.
Try and force an error out of the Walstad team.
So just trying to hack weight, hit and flop across, but
Go. Best.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite gone in deep enough. Again, that guard that was laid down first is just over short and over wide, so it's hard to get hit and rolls behind that.
yeah, because it's almost not in play.
So a good chance to lie 3 here.
Litt løs! Hard!
Moving the danger stones scattered around the rings.
Sounds tight this time. They're on it fast.
Whoa! Yep.
Yeah, they're happy. Oh no,
Oh, they're not. No, it's
they were tight. That guard that wasn't in play.
Okay.
And that might be a useful stone for Simon Gempler back there. Not quite line one, but
yeah, it was, that must have been a bad throw, I think, and anything else. I don't think that was wrongly iced. That was just a tight throw.
they were on early, so
So komt de job.
So it really is back and forth at the moment. Not too sure either team are trying to win this. There's a little bit of careless mistakes coming here and there.
playing the top one, even though it's the line third stone, there's an outside chance to double. Nose hit would be good. Turn back again the other way.
So the way the City of Perth Masters works is that there's 3 roads: an A road, a B road, and a C road. A road is if you continue to win. If you lose a game, you drop to the B. Lose another one, you're down to the C, and so on. This is the B road game, so each team has played and lost 1 game. The winner will continue on the middle road, and this B road we call it, and the loser will drop down. Both their next 2 games are tomorrow morning, so they're not back on the ice again today. But one of them will get a lie-in. I think that's maybe that's the key thing they're working for.
Gempler's calling the freeze in the back one here. He's maybe wishing he'd played this with his first stone. Caught the centre guard and took it off. There's a really outside chance of a 2 now.
Is he trying to play the hit and roll here, Rob? Did you see? Was that I missed
he's
the initial call.
Playing the freeze in the back one.
Right. Okay. I just the way the ice was, I couldn't whether tell he's trying to play one by his feet and then roll over, get the freeze and the new one along the way.
Yeah.
Yep. Linje squares. Yep.
Curling a lot at the end. Yeah, just a little bit light maybe.
Yeah.
I think it was the right call. Just might have been better playing it with his first stone when a centre guard was still up there, even though then he would have been line 1 and 3. Now he's line 3 against, soon to be 4 against.
Yeah, I think they're trying to hit the left-hand side of the stone, tap off the one at the 12 o'clock position, and leave a centre guard in the rings in Italy, but still a centre guard.
Hard, Adrian! Hard,
it's a little tight in this. He's going to catch
jam the back one.
Exactly. That's unnecessarily careless.
Yeah, they had the opportunity to let it come across the stone as well. They maybe just peel it.
Come on.
So not quite
Come on,
too sure who's
please.
lying the one. Maybe
He
favouring the
thinks it's
yellow,
him.
do you think?
I'm not sure it is. I think it might be the yellow.
Knap hier met them.
Yeah, I agree now, Simon. I think
Put the man in here.
a nose hit wouldn't be terrible for him on this high one, on this right hand stone anyway.
Yeah, I think he's keen now to lie first and second shot though, and I think if he hits it slightly on the top side, on the outside, he'll roll off to the right and relieve a bit of the pressure. I think he's desperate to get in and get a second shot here.
Ja. Ja.
Well, no, it's okay, or Halfstone soft weight, there's plenty cover there.
Ja. Hier wäre noch gut. Genau, ja.
He might not get another chance to bring that back one in his second shot.
Vielleicht ist er sogar Schott hier gewesen.
Ja, wenn wir den hier hinten tappen, spielt der hier.
Ja, das spielt er nicht. Ja, hier wäre gut, oder hier, aber hier gibt es halt die Chance, hier etwas zu machen.
Gut.
Yeah, I suppose if they play nose hit on the outside yellow, it does leave a slash double, and there's no risk to Stefan Walstad going for it with the two in the top, controlling the end.
Was?
Friesen, Sie Schott. Er ist Schott, ja. Also ich habe nicht geguckt, das Signal sieht.
Struggling to read the signal here.
Yeah, I mean, they're
einfach nicht aufgeschlagen, sonst kann man halt den Top glauben.
calling the draw between the two to lie two, but it's not a lot of ice. Freeze the wide yellow.
Again, it seems overcomplicated.
Yeah.
Voor 4.
Voor 4.
Zet
leng uit.
Linie komt goed, Fries.
Zet leng uit.
Ho. Stop.
End up tapping these yellows if it doesn't start.
Linie broek.
Ja.
Linie. Linie.
Gespeeld.
I think the call was the freeze, and it's just overcurled slightly, but that was a really high tower shot.
It was difficult to play on that hand, given where that other yellow is, just at 1 o'clock there, to get, because presumably he was trying to corner freeze on the inside rather than the outside. Very difficult shot.
Yeah, high tower shot. He's shaking his head slightly because he wasn't far away with his weight.
So I think if Walstad just comes through the gap between the yellows, through the port, he'll remove the red. He's lying first, definitely. Second, third and fourth all look relatively close. But the red one at almost 3 o'clock as we look at there cannot get any better than that, so it's very difficult. Unusual shot. I think he just lost focus on what his objective from this end was.
I think it's maybe just half a stone being off perfect. If it'd been a bit higher, but it was so close to feathering the top one to get that executed perfectly.
Han har jo den, hvis han spiller dobbelen der da.
Ja, kanskje.
Prøv å sitte igjen.
I'm surprised they're taking this long. Yeah, he's just settled on it now. Looks like it's going to be maybe a hack weight through the port. Pop the red back, lie first and second, I would assume, with some measuring maybe for the other ones.
Yeah, if he's
hits and runs.
Hits and runs is not terrible here. So obviously playing a controlled weight. I think you'll see half stone hack weight here.
Again, he's taken a reasonable amount of ice, so I think he's probably just what we maybe call a hack weight.
Yeah.
Litt løs. Yep.
On it early.
Yep. Yep.
He's going to have to work this.
Hard, Magnus! Yep, yep, yep! Hard! Hard, Magnus! Whoa. Whoa, yep, 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 yep.
Right, take a while to work out all the options after that one.
Certainly line first and third.
Get that double on the right hand side too, without spilling your back one. You'll lie first and second with another counter, and to try and get in as he signalled off it and into the 1 foot. Line with 2 that way.
Yeah, hit and check to the right. Certainly line 2 with no double. Sitting there is okay. Hit roll behind the cover, you're certainly almost guaranteeing your 2 that way as well. That red's never really going to come back into play because the 2 at the top are beating it, so I think he's going to almost use that as a stop.
I think if he tries to play this hit and roll in behind the double yellow guards, the run back is almost the only shot that Stefan will be left with. Sometimes you just want to create some confusion by leaving them multiple options.
Yeah.
Again, it's hard to know what they've called from the ice that they've taken, because it looks like he's trying to play something off the red here now.
Yeah, it's maybe not the hand I would have taken as well, Alan, unless he's going for the dead draw with this first one. No. So trying to play the hit on the intern side.
Yep.
That's close. They must seem to like it. Yeah. Oh, spoiled the back one. That was the danger of playing on that hand, was that was always possible.
Yeah, he didn't need to hit as little as that. He only need to move
Det ikke noe
the
automatisk
yellow
dobbel der, da.
underneath the guy's brush there, just a touch.
Har noe å si om jeg
So
tar
trap the
det er
reds.
jo bra
Okay.
data.
Treffer utsida her, går den der over
By
der.
going that hand, I think you had to play it heavier, didn't you? You could afford to come quieter on the out-turn hand.
Går den
Da bare
sånn.
skrenser jeg med nei, bråstoppet der, tror jeg.
Yeah, Team Walstad, just checking out the angles here. They've obviously
Ja, spørsmålet er bare om man skal
they
spille
can
den.
peel this out at weight.
Ja, kan jeg.
Lose the yellow on the T-line.
Bare står og ser på risken med om det
Which
er
would
risk.
leave the yellow line
Third, yeah, yellow,
Ja, det er
red
vel
would be
top
third
two,
shot, that's
yeah.
right, yeah. With yellow to play, they would probably try and improve the situation.
Yeah.
Ja.
Sorry, they are yellow, sorry.
Yeah,
Ja,
but
det
my
er
mistake.
with one red to play,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, it would leave a double on the top two.
Vant eller 15?
Ja, men da
15 er
ligger han
So still an outside chance.
rulle på en frontstand der.
Of his two, Walstad's got to play a good shot here to you know, to fulfill the force.
Steffen fikk jaunt køl.
I think he's really just trying to keep this yellow stone in play. If he spins, there's an outside chance of a two.
15 samme sporet som du spilte. Du fikk jo ikke masse på din
Yes, I
første.
think if he takes this red, he'll probably use the yellow behind
Ja,
it.
det går fint der, da.
So he doesn't want to lose his shooter as
Der,
well.
og så prøve å rulle til senter. Går 15 så? Ja.
Not that the front are an easy double, I don't think.
No.
They're so close together.
Rent.
Litt tung, litt heavy.
Rent, nære.
Just signaling
Yep.
the weight there. I think that's five guys just telling them
Yep.
it's,
Wow! Yep!
yeah, they like it.
Oh, he did well. Didn't lose the other yellow, which means that he currently lies first, second, and third. I would think 3 yellows at the moment.
That would be ambitious.
There's a lot of brush waving.
Hvordan vinkel er det som er best, egentlig? Nesten helt bak.
Det blir 10 globen.
Effectively playing a shot for the force. I mean, he's looking at the double off
Snäll, vart.
his own red to get a two, but he's losing the top
Snäll.
red. So he's just going to simply tap that back and get his one and try and hang on in the game.
Yeah, this is when all the dust settled here. This is actually quite a simple shot for his tap back for one. Careful, he doesn't want to overthrow this one and just flick it.
Yeah.
And roll his shooter out as well. He's got to be right on the numbers for this one.
It's maybe heavier than I would have thrown, I think.
I think he's got a good line out this time, isn't he? Well, that was very careless, because I think he was actually okay played there. Tried to get some sweeping on it.
Yeah.
Wasn't convinced that the sweeper was
I want to measure.
Killing himself
killing
there.
himself on that one, no. So a steal of 2 anyway. I think they've just called the umpire on for the measure. It's a steal of 2, so it's definitely 7-3, potentially going to 8-3.
I just felt he didn't have to play that big weight. I felt he could almost come down there and back line weight and just tap it back on that line. He had more control that way. The sweepers could have brought him into play, whereas there was just an element of no control about it. Reasonably academic, really.
Yes, this is a measure for the 3rd counting stone. machinery here, which can quite accurately measure the distance.
Yeah, fantastic coverage of this. So we've got extra cameras this year for this year's event. We can cover 2 sheets, and we've got them up above. So Alan Stanfield indicating the red stone. So it is just a steal of 2.
He said red.
Doesn't quite believe it. He wants to see it run round again.
Perfect
liberty to ask again.
Yeah, so let's see. We've got better view this time. So he's tightened up the levers, and what we'll see is that the dial will spin. So we can call that just under what looked like a 4.
Number 4. Excellent coverage again, like I said earlier.
Still the red.
Yeah, we could be here all day looking at it. It's still the red.
Doesn't really change the situation too much.
Yeah.
4 down or what would have been 5 down, but it's 4 down, 2 ends to play.
Yeah, two poor stones, I'm afraid, from Tim Young in there. Just.
So yeah, so that's super. I haven't noticed his sweeping technique before. He's not really bending his back too much on that. It's over curled. Flick the guard, flick the shot. And rolled out.
Yeah, Norwegians pretty relaxed now. They'll be wondering whether they put this one through or whether they just make sure it's no worse than top 4.
Yeah, I think they've called top 4, Rob. I saw the skip give it. So top 4, one of these ones, once you're 4 up, you can probably do this one in your sleep.
Some of the teams might have discarded this completely and just thrown it through, just have a minimum chance of leaving something for the opposition, but
So here we are at the start of the 7th end. Big advantage to the Norwegian team, Team Walstad, who've just stolen a 2 to go 7-3 up. Probably about to condemn Gempler to his 2nd defeat of the day, which will mean that he's got a long road through the sea road, the hardest road, to get back to the quarterfinals on Sunday morning.
I think that was an error from Magnus Vaberg there. I'm not sure he was wanting...
no, he definitely wasn't. The skip called top 4.
And this looks short as well. Yeah, they've got it in play, but it's
maybe just
over curled and short. So
sometimes, just as we go through these games, with the amount of sweeping that these guys do nowadays, it can sometimes just flatten off the surface and change the timings of the stones a fraction, and it's just whoever recognises those minuscule changes, the first is actually in a better position.
Stefan Walstad really didn't like that first one where it was, and his ignominy of this lead have to take his own stone off.
Yeah, you only get 1 strike a game normally as a lead. It was a shame of having to be on your own stone.
Yeah, it's a must score 2 this end now for Simon Gempler just to stay in the game.
12 Flotine.
Just keep them apart. Still can't be taken from play.
So this one doesn't drift in.
Yeah, it's that quick stone again. He's put it in the house, is he? Oh no, it's okay.
Well, he's ended up with two good guards there. I think maybe not the most convincing 2 throws, but they've ended up in the right position, so the lead can do no more.
Seks! OK, bare fart. Linja er bra. Linja er litt tight, faktisk. Kan bli tight. Jepp. Bare fart. Wow.
So Stefan Walstad coming in, it's going to be deep, which isn't really helping them.
Magnus.
That might be useful for Simon Gempler yet. Be able to freeze on that and maybe create something, because they'll have to take their reds off.
Yep. And the way they're lined up, it might be 2 or 3 strikes to get rid of them all. Good chance to maybe get one in. The guard will disappear, get another one in, and then start forcing it from there.
4-8. 12. Linne, sehr gut.
On this early, it's
warte.
Just be careful there, guys. They're
Jump. Jump.
expecting the stone to keep gliding like it's been going earlier on, and
Yeah.
I'm seeing a few more stones beginning to sort of pull up maybe a bit more quickly.
Gut.
It's okay. He probably wanted that one deep that time. There's a kind of either or shot for Stefan Millemsetter. He's catch the top one's good, catch the one in the house is good.
Yep.
I think the guard would be the preferable one.
Oh.
Yeah, I think so. I think take off the guard.
Which is what he's done. Yeah, I think that's the better one to have gone for. Yeah. Gempler goes centre guard again. One more guard, I think. Almost in the same place. Maybe show him just a piece of the one in the house.
2-3. 2. Linie ab. 2. Linie ab. Is. Fast Linie. Knapp is. Hamid.
Get away from that other red. They'll both spill in a second.
Stefan Walstad almost running out to meet it.
75.
Peel weight. Oh, we've seen some errors from Marcus this afternoon.
Rent. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
No error here though.
Yeah. Just end up with bad stone positioning from the attempted second guard.
Yeah, they're resorting to guarding the single stone when they actually had a good chance of being double guarded, and potentially with a double guard on, the intern freeze, the back one was on for
Still there as well.
later on.
Platz. Gleich ein bisschen angezogen.
Linie ist gut.
2. Linie.
Linie ist sehr gut.
Länge gut.
Oh,
2. Linie ist gut.
Linie sehr gut. Oh.
Gut.
Yep. So good position there. Nicely thrown. Yeah, we're just beginning to see the handle at the point of release is now quite critical. The ice is coming towards the end of the session. And under-rotated stones are beginning to curl a little bit too much or come up short.
Rent.
What we call a positive handle at the point of release. Just increasing the revolutions actually is getting better results.
Floater.
Hoiberg just catching
Enough.
enough of the stone. Still plenty of time for these teams. Simon Gempler just 5 minutes left in the clock for the remainder of the game, so he'll be fine with that.
2.
Just throwing another single guard in the centre line, pretty similar to where he left the last one.
One of the added complications this team at Rob I've just noticed is that they actually use 3 different people to give the ice through the end. So that when the lead's throwing it's one skip, when the second's throwing it's another skip, and when the third throwing it's another skip. That can't help, and that's maybe one of the reasons that their clock is behind the Norwegian team as well. But
Yeah. Dilemma here, it's long enough, not really guarding the one in the house. Will Stefan Walstad remove the centre guard, or will he hit what you can see? I'm still voting. You're 4 up, take the centre guard off. Even if you lose a 2, it's not the end of the world.
Goed, dat is zo goed gespeeld.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. Just
Take better P-line.
play the sensible tactic, take off the guard.
Yeah, he likes it.
I think again maybe there's an either or.
It's an either or, yeah. If he takes the one in the house, then it gives the Swiss team a chance to come round. He's not going to be much worse than where he is just now. It's either or. I think it's almost ice for guard anyway. But now he's asking for more ice.
Just widened it there.
Yeah. Of course, he can maybe see more than we're thinking he can.
Yep.
Hard!
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the safer shot anyway, I think.
Yeah, he's talking about freezing the back one now. Obviously they need to be extremely precise in this one. It's heightened as well. Otherwise this doubles on the red or hit and roll yourself. I think he's been playing for this. He's known the shot has been coming from maybe a couple of stones now, so he's well prepared for it.
Yeah. Yeah, the minute the guard came off, I think they were always going to play this freeze. So line critical here.
T-line.
Concentration.
Voor 8. Voor 8.
Hinder 8.
Sweeper's just saying they're needing a little bit to get it to the T-line.
Yep.
Voor 8. Ja. Nummer 12.
Near the T-line, Rob.
Oh, nummer 8.
It's going to be a double setup
Done
here.
it. Yep. Ja.
So yeah, just maybe 6 feet under throwing that one.
75.
Just got to make sure he doesn't jam on the back yellow. Any contact across to the right hand side, the second yellow will
Yeah, as
go
long
as
as he-
well. Line 2.
Akkurat ikke, kanskje.
As long as he catches it on the centre line side of the double, he should be safe enough. Just got to watch he doesn't get careless and nose it and give him a draw for 2.
Ja. 45 er grenseland, så jeg prøver å treffe 60-65.
Yeah, it's an out-turn hit.
75 må gå fint.
Didn't take too long thinking about it anyway. He's straight on the hack.
Yep.
Yeah, very good shot.
To keep the shooter in play as well was nice control. He's played his hits pretty well. Stefan Walstad, he's not missed an awful lot.
Very comfortable playing that one.
It was just kind of never in doubt, was it? He just, the minute he was sitting on the hack, he thought he's going to make this. So draw against the 2 to stay in the game. He's got the 8 foot with a little bit of backing.
He's came up a fraction short with his previous draw. So he's got to be careful then. Maybe he should just catch them out again.
Yeah, that was quite a soft release again. Sweepers are calling T-line this time.
Just by playing it from a touch wider than I think he maybe played the first one. Just kept onto the fresher ice.
Yeah, nice throw.
Yeah, well judged.
Good, dipped up.
However, the gloves are coming off, I think.
Good luck.
Yep, we're shaking hands, so although he's taken his 1,
Yeah.
they don't think they can possibly steal a 3 down the last, and they're shaking hands. So interesting game.
Yeah. Yeah, just key errors here and there was what let Simon Gempler's team down. There was obviously the big double on the third end for Stefan Walstad was a big turning point, but they just seemed to have a little bit more control throughout the middle part of that game. Experienced outfit, maybe a little bit more used to the ice here in Perth as well.
Yeah, that will come into it as well. They know the routine. They had a back-to-back games, which is never easy, but by being here more times over the previous years, they're used to that kind of stuff.
Just see some of the highlights here. First end with that well-manufactured 2 for Simon Gempler's team. The big shot was the double in N3 where Walstad played the kind of run back for 4, sprung the back ones out.
Yep, judged this one very well. Said at the time he adjusted his ice on the hag correctly, I think, which allowed just the combinations just to come down superbly well there. Super shot. And that kind of changed the control of the game at that point. Walstad had been playing well for a couple of ends. He turned it into that big 4.
Yeah, once their noses were ahead, they were ahead, and they didn't make an awful lot of mistakes after that.
That was Walstad's draw for 1 in the 5th, which restored his 2-point lead. However, there was worse to come for the Swiss team the next end, where a series of unusual tactical calls and a couple of bad throws led to a steal of 2 for Stefan Walstad, which effectively killed the game, even though tried developing down the 7th end.
Yeah, maybe just trying to play that shot a little bit too heavy. He had to cut his ice and get a bit too cute in the guard. But it punished them hard because they ended up losing the 2 against, and then Walstad's great double in the N7 there just effectively finished the game.
Just made sure of it.
Nice draw with his last stone, just keeping them honest, but they knew a 3 against the hammer was always going to be a task too long. Still teams both alive, so Simon Gempler drops to the C Road, and tomorrow Stefan Walstad will keep playing on the B Road with his opposition yet to be decided.
So thank you for joining us at the B Road game in the 2019 Mercure City of Perth Masters. Enjoyed commentating for you. There's another game on tonight for those like to tune in. But for now, it's goodbye from me, Alan Chalmers, and goodbye from Rob Niven as well.